Hi guys, and welcome to another Stay Rising tarot reading where I use tarot decks and different cards, to be honest, to tap into energy. But the truth is, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit different to other tarot readers. I'm just gonna do this how I do this. I definitely just burnt myself with the sage, and it's because I'm not that different to other tarot readers. I am just breaking out into feeling safe sharing my gifts. But yeah, I had a question for today's reading, and it was, where can I make more room in my life for love? And so all the cards that come out obviously going to be pertaining to this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got a bunch of decks here. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them, but I do have quite a wild selection because I like to look at how I do one thing as how I do everything. And so when I'm reading, where can I make more space for love? It could be in my relationship, it could be in my business, it could be with myself, it could be with my family, it could be with finding soul family, it could be anything. Yeah, I'm gonna move this so the light can be hitting me more. But I'm gonna start by pulling from my positive affirmations deck. Just to set the vibe a little bit. That's what I like to do. If you've seen my daily short reads, I normally use these decks in a certain order anyway, so I'm probably just gonna do this reading the same. So the first card I've got is, I love my imperfections. They make me who I am. And yes, I am not perfect. So I need to remember that and stop beating myself up for... It's like I congratulate myself for the progress that I'm making, but I'm always like, but you're not doing good enough. And it was an accident because I was setting myself to a standard that is not for me to reach. I am only who I am, and I can only be on my journey. And yeah, I have to accept the fact that I'm not always going to get it right, and that is okay. My mind is clear and light, and that's the truth. I feel like for the year, I had quite a lot of heavy stuff on me, fighting spiritual warfare. But now it's kind of the way I was approaching spiritual warfare. It made me scared of going into the world or of showing up, because it was like, anytime I show up, I'm just going to get attacked. And it was like, no, what spirit is trying to show me is this person is also a mirror to me. What energy are they reflecting towards me? How does that make me feel? Okay, I don't really like it. So let me now get myself out of this space and not go and project that energy forward to someone else. That's essentially what helps me to keep my mind clear, because I know that my intention is love. I know that my intention is light. So my heart is full of love, and it is. I can't help it. I just all of our hearts are full of love. They've just been tainted through different experiences that made us afraid to love again. And that is why I'm here. I'm here to show you how can you actually be in love after experiencing a lot of things that you can definitely say, well, I know what love isn't now. And I guess we might find it hard to say we know what love is, but it's because it's something that can't really be defined or quantified. We experience it in so many different ways in a day that it's kind of like, I can't say I'm not loved. So yeah, next I'm going to be pulling from the Mindful Messages deck, which is exactly what it is, and it's some mindful messages. We're gonna go for this card here, and this card here. So we have got tune in, and it says, today, before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down, to place my hands at my heart space and take a few deep breaths. I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honor however I'm feeling. And you know what? This morning I did, I found this meditation audio, and it was for, the title was something to do with like visualizing or manifesting what it is that you want. And so I literally just allowed myself to visualize what I want my life to be like. and not stop me, not say, oh, well, I can't do this yet and I can't do that yet. Just be like, okay, if there was no constraints, no time, no thing, no, like, I don't know when those visions were. I don't know when they're going to come into fruition, but I'm going to give myself the permission to tune in to what I really want, what are my heart's true desires, and know that I am worthy of them. Unlimited. I create my reality with the thoughts I think and things I focus on. I am unlimited in my ability to create a beautiful life full of good and love. And this is what I meant about releasing the restrictions and the limitations of, I don't know how, but where there's a will, there's a way. If you really, really, really believe that, I'm telling you, you will find loopholes. You will find loopholes through that matrix, and you will get exactly what it is that you knew you wanted. And not only that, but the divine will give it to you plentiful, bountiful. A lot of the things that I wanted, the reason why I know I don't want it the way that I wanted it is because I was only thinking short term. And the divine is thinking long term. The divine is telling me to open up my eyes to my unlimited potential and to know that I can achieve. And that's just amazing. My own energy is the last card. Sorry, I like this. I love being, I'm not sorry actually. I love being there for friends and family while staying true to myself. I don't let others' energy or mood affect my own. To help a friend in a hole, I don't need to jump into the hole with them. Simply reach out a hand. It is up to them to do the rest. And this was my problem, where I thought that to protect myself, I couldn't show up for people anymore. And it was really hurting me and causing this really harsh separation within myself, where it's like, but I want to go back to, I know how to help that person because I was that person. So how do I now help that person without going back to being that person? And it's very much, I feel like I get caught up in doing things to still be a part of the group. And I feel like if I'm not doing those things anymore, maybe you feel like I don't love you as much because we're not doing that together anymore. But I do. And it's up to me to know that my growth is up to me, my choices and what I'm doing now. And I'm not leaving anything or anyone behind that is for me or that I feel like is important to me. Before I was like, nah, they're going to get in the way of my success. And now I'm like, hold on, babe, slow down, because the only thing that can get in the way is me. So, yeah. I'm thinking about the way in which I approach certain relationships and definitely rewiring my mindset of what it means that I'm in this space within myself and you're in that space within yourself, and I love you so dearly that I am going to reach out my hand to you and I'm going to say, hey, do you need a hand? But I'm not going to let you pull me so far like, yeah, I need a hand, that I end up there. You know, like, don't let the crabs pull you back into the bucket, but like, hang down that rope and be like, guys, if you want to climb up the rope, I'm here. Like that, literally. So, next I'm pulling from the Mystical Wisdom deck. And we got. Whew. Okay. What we've got from this deck is Epiphany. Seek clarity. So I'm pretty sure something's going to come to my brain and I'm going to be like, oh. Yeah. And it is very much about I was looking at my situation from a very disempowered space, and almost on purpose. I don't know why. I've got a little bit of a problem being seen as a symbol of strength and this amazing young girl, and so sometimes I pretend to be weak. And I'm learning to stop doing that because it's not working. Why would I pretend to be weak when I know the strength and the true power inside of me is my vulnerability? It is my ability to show up. It is my empathy and the fact that I see, hear and feel people deeper than they even know and realize. And that's why, how did you know to say that? How did you know what I was thinking? How did you know what I was feeling? Because I was paying attention. That's it. Peacock. Raise your standards. And yes, I set low standards for myself because I was very much consumed by, my life has always been this way and I've always had access to these certain things. And now I want to elevate myself and my energy, and so I have to give myself access to things that are of a different standard. I know that people might be hurt by that. People might, I think within myself, I felt like someone was going to come and say to me, who do you think you are asking for this and that when you come from here and you used to be like this? And it's like, I shouldn't let anyone bully me for who I once was. And I should know that I'm worthy of raising my standards. 100%. Next, we've got originality. Blaze your own trail. And this is me to the T. I'm a trailblazer. Everything I do, I don't see anyone else doing it how I want to do it, or and so I can take inspiration from people, but at the end of the day I always have to go to me for the answer. And it's beautiful, but it's also scary, because it's like, whoa, that's a huge responsibility. And it's like, yeah, it is. So let's make sure we handle it correctly and properly. Next, I'm gonna go into the Healing Energy Oracle. Pull a couple cards from here. There we go. We've got unconditional love. My heart is free from resentment towards others. I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. And this is what I forgot to do, because the fact is that when I'm speaking to your inner child, and I can see the fears and the anxieties and the resentments and the grudges and the jealousy, which I feel like I took the wrong way at first. I feel like you was trying to come against me, when really you're battling within yourself. What is it about her that makes her able to achieve and makes her believe in herself in that way? And what I wanted you to do was to be inspired and believe in yourself that way. But I can only do that if you want help removing those blockages. And it's very much, the next card says learning to love myself. And it is really that. It is really me being so empathetic towards the fact that not everyone is in my position. Not everyone understands self the way that I do. That doesn't mean that I'm perfect, by the way. I am not. But not everyone has this knowledge and understanding of themselves. And so I can't beat myself up over how people react when I understand it. I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strengths. I realize that I am a being of light, and I allow myself to shine. That is beautiful and self-explanatory. Open to the universe. I am discovering my worth and my abilities. I have confidence in my value and my potential. I reclaim my inner power. I accept and love myself completely. Thus, I am open to the divine light of the universe. And so, what happened to me was, I was in a situation where I knew what I was capable of, but I didn't feel like I had the chance to show that. And it's because I didn't give myself the opportunity to. I started my own business so that I could, and I allowed people to make me feel like I can't do that. And that's what I mean about allowing other people's triggers to play with me and tamper with what I know to be true about myself. I can't do that anymore, and I gotta open up to the universe, because when I say the possibilities are endless, when I say I am limitless, I am unlimited, like, the things that come into my head sometimes, I'm like, oh, I wonder if anyone in the world has ever thought that before. And I know someone has, but it feels good for me to have that thought. And that's the point. Maybe it's that thing of sometimes when people are like, why would you do music? So many people do music already. Because I have something to say. Because I have a voice and I want to do music. You know what I mean? Next, I'm going to pull from the Light Seers Tarot deck. But the thing is with this, it doesn't have the meanings of them. And I'm quite new to the Tarot deck. So what I do is I pick from the Light Seers and we look at the images. And then I find the corresponding card in here, which has the meaning of it. So we've got the Five of Swords, where this guy's kind of rubbing his head like he's got a headache, and he's got black birds around him, which kind of signifies to me death, and maybe it's giving me stress. It's giving me stress. We've got the Emperor, which is this guy. Every time I see this card, I'm like, you look so cool. You just look like you're sitting there unbothered, like, yeah, what do you need? Okay, I got that. Excuse me. That's what it gives me. And then we've got Knight of Wands, and she is playing a drum, which signifies the rhythm of life to me and the way that it's just beating. And if you do not stay in your flow, you will miss the beat. And that is what happened to me. And I was just like, why can't I catch the beat? I'm a dancer as well. I'm like, why am I losing my rhythm? Why am I losing my flow? And it's because I was not paying attention. So I'm gonna find the cards that tell me the meaning of these, and then we'll interpret what this says. And don't forget that my question was, how can I make more space for love in my life? If you want to book a reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy store. Yeah. And when it comes to personals, because it is very much out of my own intuitive reading, I've put on there so that people know. If I read, basically you book the session through Etsy, and then you have to email me some answers to a couple questions, and I'll email you back with a time and date to book your session. But I can cancel your request and refund it if I feel like it's not an energy that I want to dive into. And that's very much just because there are some entities out there that are not for me to handle on my own, and I've learned that now. I'm aware of it, and I'm not gonna do too much, you know. God gave me a gift, but let me use it in proportion to my own, my own well-being. I'm trying to find Knight of Wands and the Emperor. Did I miss it? No, Knight of Wands is there, and then the Emperor. Maybe all the way at the back. Yeah. So, we've got Five of Swords. You're stirring the pot and creating tension. You may think you've won, but all you've done is created a hostile environment and made an ass of yourself. Focus on repairing the damage before it's too late, because your reputation is on the line. What's more important to you, being right or isolating yourself from everyone else? And that's actually the truth. Like I said, this guy looks very stressed out. It looks like there's black birds around him that signify kind of death, and it was my fault. I very much got into my ego. In the situation I'm in, I can admit that I was very much looking at how I look in the situation rather than what the situation is and what the solution is. And I nearly risked something that's so important to me, so I am actually quite frustrated with myself. And it's like I damned myself to punishment instead of actually facing the fact that I can fix this. I can do something about it, and so I'm going to. I'm just going to make sure that I do this the right way, because I don't really know what I'm doing. And I don't trust myself. So that doesn't help. You are in control, and your hard work has brought great rewards. Find yourself taking on new responsibilities. Now is a great time to take on projects or hobbies requiring more mental fortitude. So I do know what I'm doing. I just have to trust my heart. And that is where it's time to really realize, am I walking in faith? Am I living in faith, or am I living in fear? And I was living in fear. So I gotta get rid of that. But yes, that is the Emperor. That should go there, that should go here. And then we've got Knight of Wands. So now is the time to go for it. Be committed to your purpose and vision, and do whatever it takes to bring your goals to life, because you know that your potential is limitless. Your energy is high right now, but be sure that you're thinking before acting so you don't stumble over your own feet. And this is me. My words was tumbling out on top of each other. My feet was stepping on each other's toes, and it's like, just come back to calm and back to stillness, and remember that from that space I can start to make empowered choices, and from that space I can find clarity and the truth, and from that space everything will be revealed, because it was very much just me not knowing certain things and feeling like people was out to get me. That's what it actually felt like. It felt like people was out to get me. Life purpose. Time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. And I know what I want to choose, and I'm going to stop saying that I can't choose it, because I am unlimited and I do have unlimited potential, and I am capable of growth. And I know that I feel so unworthy, and that's why I keep on running away. Not me about to cry. It's like God has let the chosen know that they are chosen. And for a year now, I've just been saying, but why am I chosen? But why am I chosen? But why am I chosen? If I slap myself silly, Ebony, say thank you that I'm chosen, and understand what that means so that I don't get too much in my ego and I don't accidentally go and ruin everything that I want in my life. Anyway, books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. I love reading books. I love writing books. And so that means a lot to me. And flowers. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. And I feel like this is maybe going to be incorporated to my colours and crystals series on TikTok, where I share what the different colours and crystals mean in terms of our healing. I feel like everything has its meaning in that way, but flowers specifically can be introduced to that, and so I'm going to think about it. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Like I said, if you want to book a personal reading, you can do that through my Etsy store. You can buy Waist Beads on TikTok shop. You can buy my Women in Waist Beads ebook about how to heal your relationship with yourself on Amazon. You can book a waist bead workshop if you want to, which kind of goes through self-love, body positivity, and confidence. There's also all the other stuff I do, so just check out my platforms, and I will see you very soon.